All right, so I'll have to cut that out when I post this, but I will go ahead and my printed bypass cards aren't working right, so I will actually read the disclaimer this time. I, Tom Cornwell, am over 18 years of age, sound mind, and have read and understood the hot sauce product disclaimer on the League of Fire website. In summary, I accept that the League of Fire, their suppliers and manufacturers, will under no circumstances be responsible for or liable for any claims of injury or damage arising from me consuming this product or multiples thereof. I acknowledge and agree to this fact without question. Yeah, I forget something to cut with, or the timer. I think I've got everything. I get started and then I'm missing something. So, at any rate, I will restate it. So, for those that don't know, this is 6 hot balls. It is cheese balls that have been spiced, and they are successively hotter as you go through. So there will be a 1-minute afterburn between each of the first 5, and then a 5-minute afterburn after the last. So we will go ahead and get started. I really liked Death Nuts and the Tube of Terror, and I really like cheese puffs, so I'm very eager to try these. Get the minute started there. And here's number 1. Yeah, what the package says is the first ones are not hot enough to blow your head off, but they're hot enough to know that you know they're spicy. Yeah, Tube of Terror was good. I liked it. I could do that again. Hi, Brandon. How was your afterburn from? This one's pretty mild, if that's what you're asking. All right, get ready for the second one. Second one. Oh, the aftermath from the Tube of Terror. It was enough. My stomach knew what I ate. That's for sure. I'm trying to remember how bad it was. I don't remember. I guess that says something, that it doesn't stand out as being too awful. I'm trying to remember. I think I did have some cramping from it, but I don't think it was a disaster. Yeah, I don't remember how well I held it down. Killer Queen 2 was brutal. All right, we're on to number 3. That one has a much more distinct pepper taste. Also, it seems like I can taste a little bit of extract in it. I'm looking at the ingredients. Carolina Reaper, Moruga Scorpion, ghost pepper, and a secret blend of savory seasoning. Then we amp it up with our own insanely hot, naturally derived pepper distillate for a truly painful challenge. So the taste definitely increased. It's hard to tell if that one cheese ball was that much hotter or if it was just because it was, the third one in line. I am starting to feel a little bit more warmth on my tongue. I won't say hot heat, but it's warm. All right, so here's number 4. And you can see that it's got more on it. The comment about my gut in my mouth, I haven't figured out patterns. Things that should really light me up don't, and things that shouldn't do. As an example, I was eating some fresh habaneros the other day, and yesterday, and the third one, it was just 3 of them, little peach habaneros. They shouldn't be that hot. The third one lit me up, and it hit my gut a couple hours later. I was very surprised. The one thing about when it hits my gut, it is almost always at exactly 3 hours later. It's like clockwork. All right, well, here comes number 5. That one didn't taste any more intense than the one before. I don't know if it's just because they're piling on or maybe it's slow to react. It does feel like it's starting to heat up a little bit now. I think that's it. I think it's just slow to react. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling it on the left side there. My lip is starting to try to sweat. I'll stop that. All right, number 6. Tube's empty. Yeah, 5 and 6 are definitely hotter than the previous ones. I don't know, it didn't jump out at me like Death Nuts. When you get to the last couple packs, it definitely jumps out as being significantly hotter. The heat on these is definitely slower to hit. So while I'm chewing it, nothing. Right after I've chewed it, nothing. And then a few seconds later, it starts to build. I can feel it right there on my tongue, which is where I was chewing it. But yeah, I've eaten some crazy hot peppers with no problem. That habanero yesterday, my nose was running. I was sweating. I don't know where it came from. It was a freak. These are good. I got some crack balls with it, came with it, and those are really good to just snack on. They're surprisingly hot, great taste, and you can just munch on those things. It was an orange or peach looking habanero. It was not yellow, it was not red. But I got about a dozen of them, and most of them were just fine. Which flavor of crack balls? I don't, it said 7-pot and primo and lemon pepper. Didn't realize there were different flavors. Yeah, I had been told that Scotch bonnets and habaneros were the same thing growing up. And it was only been relatively recently that I learned that they were different pods. I really like, I may be oddball for this, but I like chocolate habaneros. Habanero ranch. That sounds interesting. I'll have to check those out. Yeah, I first found out what a chocolate pepper was when I first tried a chocolate habanero sauce that I just fell in love with. And so I had to, obviously do some research, and found out that about the whole concept of a darker, brown pepper being called chocolate, not that it was chocolate flavored. Yeah, I haven't had a primatalia of any sort yet. I'm eager to try one. I'm growing about 16 different varieties this year, and I'm most of them are ones I have not had before, so I'm excited to try what comes out. Chocolate pods are the IPAs of peppers. I can totally see that. It's either you love it or hate it. Yeah, I like IPAs and I like chocolate pods, so I'll go with you on that one. All right, so that was it. Again, fun little challenge. It is little, just 6 cheese balls. They do build. The last 2 were definitely hotter than the first 2. Tasty, interesting. If you're looking for a version of this that's just for fun, just for a snack instead of a challenge, yeah, I do recommend trying out the crack balls. If you're not familiar, this is from Blazing Foods, that also makes Death Nuts and Tube of Terror. All right, well, thanks everybody for joining, and I will see you next time. Later.